Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have a very interesting PlayStation kind of dynamic compared to the Xbox, where it kind of seems like the PlayStation's actually kind of going and stepping on up and is maybe surviving this really big recession and ongoing console storm a little bit better than actually Microsoft might be doing. And as well, we also have quite a few other various big stories in terms of like some really big information from the PlayStation blogs. We also have some brand new leak games coming out, a lot of other various things too as well. So I'm going to go talk about all this stuff throughout this video, but the main topic point is going to be kind of a big PlayStation versus Xbox debate in terms of longevity and the fact that some PlayStation even workers are somewhat not necessarily rubbing into the face of the Xbox folks, but kind of showcasing how strong the PlayStation and Sony's demand has still been in this economy. So we're going to talk about this, talk about stuff going on throughout the gaming world, and as well make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have our How link down below, Amazon links down below, Target links down below, and of course hang out on the Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want to follow there, and of course the notifications for the YouTube channel, and let's dive into the video. So, very unfortunately, and kind of the bigger news we've had a chance to cover these past few days is that in our earlier video, and as of yesterday, Microsoft is very unfortunately laying off a lot of folks. Now, we've been seeing this flown around everywhere because obviously Microsoft is one of the biggest companies in the entire planet, but as well, and when it comes to gaming and gaming news, obviously there was a lot of folks that were affected by this. If you guys missed it, we made a video earlier on talking about the fact that like 343, basically people who are making Halo, got hit very hard on these layoffs. Like the gaming divisions were actually not unscathed, and a lot of folks in the gaming division on Microsoft and Xbox have been, well, losing their jobs. A lot, and I mean a lot of folks. It also kind of goes and attributes towards the fact that there's a lot of these big tech companies doing hiring freezes, but as well, a fact that a lot of these big companies too are just not doing so hot. They're not doing so good. And right now, Microsoft, as you guys can see, and kind of the big talk of the town, laid off over 10,000 workers. That was difficult, but necessary. Which is also kind of weird too as well, because don't forget, they're still trying to spend $70 billion on Activision, so they're able to go and still drop $70 billion and then still have to lay everyone off. But I mean, it's the job, is what you have to go and do. But nonetheless, Xbox has been doing not so good in terms of hires and people keeping their jobs. But that kind of goes and segues into a little bit of a stronger suit for PlayStation. Now, there is a bit of a PlayStation bias on my channel, and I do not like to celebrate the idea that someone lost their job. In this type of economy, and especially for these game devs who also, I feel like, got unfairly laid off, because a lot of folks out there were saying that the big head honchos wanted to push things like battle passes and microtransactions, and were a little bit too hands-on with the game, plus contract issues and all of that. So I don't want to go and do this as a gloat for Xbox, but kind of have a discussion, because it does kind of seem like PlayStation folks are, well, very active in terms of hiring, and they're pushing this and have like a longer longevity. Now, obviously, you could probably go and find some hirings over here from Microsoft still, so it's kind of like just in general. But basically, for this one, we're having stuff like here from Peter saying, sad to hear about all the layoffs in tech today. Here at Blue Point Games, we are hard at work on our very next project, and we have several openings. Personally, very interested in all the rendering programmers out there. If interested, we would love to hear from you. And this is all just really nice stuff when it comes to Sony games, as we have this type of stuff, where we have Sony as a PlayStation company over here, and they have all these different types of games. I was going to even go and see, but they have so many different things in the works. They're trying to make so many different games, and obviously as they're bought out by Sony, it's a Sony Corp. And this is like wholesome. We've saw like kind of go say it really does go and show the strength of the PlayStation and Sony, that they're on such a still big hiring push, and they have all these different games and budgets on the way. And it does seem things like the PlayStation, God of War, Horizon, and even on the music and also film division have been doing very well. Like, good example too, look at all the most recent Sony pictures that have done very well. Or a good point right now, like Last of Us, which has been a very good success on HBO and hit over 10 million viewers, I believe, so far. So you see all this type of stuff and you realize how strong this is. Like, Sony is a very strong company in this market. You can go look at their current like careers, and they're hiring so many different folks over here too as well. There is job openings up the wazoo when it comes to things like Ben Studio, information security, Blue Point Games, as we even showcased over here, business intelligence, creative, director to consumer, environment, finance, legal, network, project management, quality assurance, research, Nixies, Pixel, global sales, San Diego studios, and more. Like, this is just off the baseline PlayStation, let alone all the other individual job openings out there. So obviously, if you guys are someone who is in like either lost their job or very interested in the gaming world, please go and check it out. It seems like Sony has a lot of good openings. And as well, one of the nice things too is we saw a lot of other big game studios and companies such as also Bungie and Destiny promote out saying like, hey, if you guys lost your job, we probably want your talent. please go and apply because we're on a hiring spree still. So it kind of just goes to show the strength that Sony has right now with all their consoles, their games, market share, etc. And it kind of also goes and shows that Microsoft, although is still doing well, well, maybe their game division's not doing as hot as we all think, especially with the Game Pass numbers also going down in terms of all rumors and statements as of per recently. So very nifty thing to go and discuss on, just kind of go and showcase up, I guess, the highlight for it. And my heart obviously goes out to anyone who lost their job, because you don't want them to lose. You don't want people to lose their jobs. You don't want people homeless. You don't want people hungry. So it kind of just sucks. Bad situation, but very good props for PlayStation do this for all the Xbox folks out there. It's very, very nice to go and see. Now, some other big things to kind of go note too as well. If you guys missed it, we did see some PlayStation VR news, where the PlayStation blog put up another PlayStation VR 2 with 13 new titles and launch lineups revealed. So in case you guys are curious, the PlayStation VR 2 is coming very, very soon. We've had good reviews, and if you guys want a review on the channel, we may go work one in throughout the next 1 or 2 days. But as you guys know, there's even more games mixed on the list. So first and foremost, I want to do Gran Turismo 7 will be a PSVR 2 launch title. And if you guys are going to get your PlayStation VR or pre-ordered, leave a comment down below. There'll also be a free upgrade for those who have already purchased Gran Turismo 7 as well, which is also very nice to see, especially with all these other companies trying to cost more, well, money. I already actually have Gran Turismo 7, so that actually might be kind of cool if I do pick up the PSVR. Now, we also have Before Your Eyes 2 as well. Kind of a cool little nifty little individual game for this one. I can maybe showcase up some little quick stuff for you guys over here. But basically just cool little VR indie games that are worked on and you guys can use with your system. We have stuff like Kayak VR for whatever reason, but it's also up there too on the list as well. Interestingly enough, we also see stuff like Pavlov 2, which I guess if we just want to do the 8s, but I've heard, I think, interesting things with Pavlov from other stuff. Puzzling Places, we see Sing in the Smoke, Song in the Smoke over here. Just this actually looks kind of cool for like a VR survival type game. Now, obviously, it's all VR, so it's niche. So get your expectations set. There's other ones too as well. We like are seeing some other remastered type games up in VR, kind of like a Beat Saber-esque type style game, which these are always very, very fun. Like, I need to go play more Beat Saber myself with my vibe. And there's quite a few other various games, such as Thumper, NFL Pro Era, What the Bat, Rezo over here. I'm kind of curious, and this almost looks a little bit more like a, I don't know. I generally don't know what this really is. Like, I have no idea. It's just weird, but like it's there. So if you want to play it, PlayStation VR, you can. Tetris always looked really cool. I always like the idea of the Tetris side. Creed, Rise to Glory, The Last Clockwinder. I don't know what this is. This looks like a weird puzzle game, or one of those games that maybe you buy for your grandparents to keep them busy for a few minutes. I'm not really sure, but this is a game out there. So you guys can kind of see there's a few little brand new games, the full list over here, if you guys want to pause or check it out. So kind of a cool update from PlayStation. Now, we also do have some more interesting things where the Ubisoft CEO is also apologizing for all their really, like, just awful terminologies and words they said. We covered this on the prior video where there is a protest going on this week because Ubisoft was basically treating their employees so poorly and kind of just was not giving them good comments. But on the same topic of Ubisoft, there is 11 upcoming games over here for the Division Heartland. I've been here for all the consoles too, with the free-to-play survival multiplayer shooter. I'm intrigued on this one. They have Avatar still coming in the very near future too as well, Frontiers of Pandora, XDefiant as well, which is a free-to-pay, fast-paced arena shooter with intense gameplay and all that. Assassin's Creed Mirage coming out very, very soon as well. Haven't forgot about that one. Skull and Bones, although it was delayed, they still have the game ongoing. Project Orland or The Crew as well. It's going to be having the Crew 2 DLC, which is interesting because that game basically is very, very old, which is probably why they turned this into a standalone title on a Hawaiian island, which I'll plan to play in this game. Assassin's Creed Nexus 2 as well for VR, The Division Resurgence 2 as well for mobile, Rainbow Six Mobile 2 as well. We have Assassin's Creed codename Jade 2 on top of that one, which is your own assassin over there in Jade with another mobile game. And of course, there was a Netflix collaboration for Assassin's Creed 2. So very intriguing to go and see all these upcoming games, although I'm more intrigued on The Division Heartland. Let's hope it doesn't suck because their games most recently have not been, well, so good at the end of the day. So there's also one last big quick update where Battlefield apparently is finally, after all this time, even though the game is pretty much dead as is returning to their class system. Now, this might be a little bit too late because I don't even know anyone who is still playing Battlefield, and I did actually like Battlefield, but in case you guys want an excuse to go and re-download and check it out, there will be an update coming very, very soon for Battlefield as well. So give me your thoughts and comments on all these big gaming layoff and tech layoffs. My heart, once again, does go out to all the Xbox folks who have to deal with potentially finding a new job, but of course, maybe go and apply for Bungie or PlayStation. It does seem like they are hiring. And as well, if any of you guys are brand new, give me your thoughts and comments on the PlayStation VR VR, upcoming Ubisoft games, and all that drama, and everything in between. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We have the Target links down below, Amazon links down below, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.